Uncovering charms in Montenegro's capital, nighttimes.com. Subscribe, digital, home delivery. Log in. Register now. Help. Homepage. Today's paper. Video. Most popular. Edition, US. Global. Search allnighttimes.com. Travel. World. US. New York. Region. Business. Technology. Science. Health. Sports. Opinion. Arts. Style. Travel. Jobs. Real estate. Autos. Search 1,000 plus destinations. Plan your trip times pics. Select a destination. Next stop. Uncovering charms in Montenegro's capital. Jamila Grossman for the New York Times. A scene at one of the many bars in Blakeska Street in Pajorica. By Tim Neville. Published, September 5, 2013. For more than a decade after the breakup of Yugoslavia, Montenegro the smallest of the country's 6 republics seemed to hold no place in the traveler's mind beyond that of Serbia's little sidekick. Now independent, since 2006, the Adriatic nation sandwiched between Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Albania is quickly enticing Western travelers with a promising mix of history, beauty and culture. And for many English speakers the country remains a largely unknown gem Croatia, before Croatia was cool. Multimedia. Map. Pajorica, Montenegro. Connect with us on Twitter. Follow at NYTIMESTRADEL for tips, features and photography from all over the globe. Enlarge this image. Jamila Grossman for the New York Times. A view of Pajorica from Gorica, the hill that gives the city its name. Enlarge this image. Jamila Grossman for the New York Times. People cool off in the Morica River. Enlarge this image. Jamila Grossman for the New York Times. An Ottoman clock tower. It certainly has a lot to offer, a 180-mile-long coast riddled with spectacular ports like the walled towns of Budva and Kotor, immense valleys and dawdling rivers seasoned with wild water chestnuts. Few visitors spend much time in Pajorica, Montenegro's pocket-sized capital, because opinions like not much there for tourists creep into the reviews. But during my 2 visits to Montenegro over the last year, I found Pajorica to be surprisingly pleasant, with lively cafes, intriguing neighborhoods and no shortage of charms and moving encounters. My connecting flight from Paris touched down on a sunny afternoon last fall at the aerodrome Pajorica, code TGD, a reminder of Yugoslavia's communist days when the city was known as Titigrad. From the air I had squinted through the piercing glare of Lake Skatter, a national park, to absorb the terrifying peaks of the 8,000-foot-high Protlatized mountains that marked the Albanian border. Montenegro, or Crnagora in Montenegrin, means Black Mountain, and the rugged fastness of the landscape makes the name an obvious choice. Yet everything below me was so green, a patchwork of rolling farmland stitched together with rivers and creeks. It felt like flying into a Balkan Montana. Pajorica, pronounced Podgorica, was no Bosman but a place burbling with progress all the same. NATO had bombed the areas around the airport in 1999, when Serbs used it as a regrouping area after raids into neighboring Kosovo. Montenegro was largely spared much of the NATO wrath, because Milo Đukanović, who was president of Montenegro at the time, worked to distance his country from the Serbs during the war. By 2006, a majority of Montenegrins voted to part ways with Serbia for good, and the breakup happened peacefully. It was like a marriage that just wasn't working. Ninoslav Markovic, a Pajorica native who studied tourism in the World Heritage City of Kotor, told me later. There was some anger but no big fight. I struggled to spot any signs of the conflict in the ride into the city. Shiny BMWs and Mercedeses glided along a well-sealed road, past roundabouts, furniture stores and mechanic shops. Most of the buildings were squat, soulless apartment complexes with splashes of color from laundry draped over balconies. A donkey pulled a wood cart